So recently, the Trump Labor Department, under Alexander Acosta, had proposed a rule that would allow employers to pool their tips of workers. Now, the proposal would change the Fair Labor Standards Act to allow employers to pool the tips of workers who make at least the federal minimum wage. Now, why would they try to do that? Well, they argue that it's a matter of fairness. In fact, they claim that the tip money would go back to back of the house workers, like cooks and stuff like that, to make their pay a little bit more equal to tipped workers. Now, is this a good policy? Well, consider who's behind it. This is backed by the National Restaurant Association. So basically, they're like, well, let's just take those tips and redistribute them so we don't have to pay our employees more. So instead of paying back to the line employees more to bring them up to parity with tipped workers, we're just going to take the money from the tipped workers and give it to everybody else. So you can understand why the National Restaurant Association would be in favor of this. But this is worse, right? Because this rule does not say that the bosses can't steal that or can't take part of that money too. And of course, that's exactly what a lot of people said would happen. In fact, the Economic Policy Institute found in an analysis last month that employers could end up pocketing $5.8 billion worth of gratuities earned by their employees each year as a result of this rule. So they take the money that's pooled together and they put it in their pocket. But wait, I thought it was supposed to go to the back of the line people, the cooks and such. No. Hey, the rule doesn't say that I have to give it to them. I just pool the, you give the employer all your tips, and the employer says, "Thank you, sir." Right in my pocket. Ha ha. And the Labor Department lets me do so. So, and look, they can justify it. Hey, look, I'm a boss, but I don't get tips. I work here. So, yes, I'm a non-tipped employee. Therefore, I'm going to take some of that money myself. But that's not fair. And so, look, when people, obviously when people see that, they think this rule is terrible. Well, so now here's the response from the Trump administration upon seeing that study. According to Bloomberg, the Labor Department decided earlier to just suppress that analysis. Senior department officials, after viewing an annual projection that billions of dollars in tips could transfer to businesses as a result of this proposal, ordered staff to revise the data methodology to lessen the expected impact, according to several sources. Successive calculations showed progressively reduced values, but Labor Secretary Alexander Acosta and his team are said to have still been uncomfortable with including the data in the eventual proposal. The office disagreed with assumptions in the analysis that employers would retain their employees' gratuities rather than redistribute the money to other hourly workers. They wound up receiving approval from the White House to publish the proposal on December 5th that removed the economic transfer data altogether, sources say. So understand, first, they come up with this rule, right? Yeah, let's let the employees handle all the tips and redistribute them at will without watching them. Oh, well, don't worry. We trust that they'll do the right thing. No, of course not. They're not going to do the right thing. So this study comes out and says they could not, they don't have to do the right thing because there's nothing in there that says that you can't just steal these and pocket these tips. So what do? Well, first they're like, okay, let's downplay this, right? Let's change the methodology. Ooh, we still don't like the answer because it looks like still some of these people will pocket the tips. So then they decided, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just drop the study completely. Report is not favorable. Let's scrub it. Let's get rid of it. This is what they do when things are unfavorable to them. This is the Trump administration, man. Look, if you believe that any of these people, including Trump, gave a shit about you, then you are deluding yourself. I suggest that you go and watch a little bit of George Carlin, because what he says about it being a big club and you not being in it, it was true then, and it's definitely true now. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.